Oh man, it's cold! It's getting really cold lately. I'm too old for this. Gonna be here. My old man chair. Just... Uh, rocking a little bit. With me blanket over myself. Too old, man. I'm too old. It's not fair. It's not fair. Well, I guess that's normal. I guess it's normal after all. I'm gonna need to move a bunch of windows. It's okay. It's okay. Yeah, let me adjust the music. It's kind of loud, actually. We have some relaxing Yakuza music for today. It's gonna be good, right? It's gonna be good. Oh god. Yakuza games, huh? Oh man. Oh man, Dragon Style, why are you like this with me? I still haven't touched that game since last stream. Don't blame me, okay? Don't blame me. But I finished those Super area, so that's pretty good. That's pretty good. I need to bring up my browser first of all. We have a bunch of updates today for the stuff we've been talking about for months already. I don't have much new stuff. Also have mail of the new stuff is just strange news. I think that's gonna be pretty interesting, but we're gonna start with something that is kind of sad, sadly. I find my source here. No, that is not correct. That is not the correct one. There we go. That's much better. I don't think anyone expected this. It was really out of left field. Is that how they say it? I hope so. Let's bring this up. I'll bring up my chest on the side. So, Suzfon and Sakamoto Chloe are graduating from Hololive, and we've been talking for a while when it happened. When Coder went public, people were expecting, well, this is probably gonna be bad, and lo and behold, we had some really unexpected graduations. Not necessarily just graduations, we have that new streaming like affiliate thing with Emilia Watson. I think that's the same Chloe is doing. Or they are pretty much retired, but they will appear sometimes on some special occasions. But let's be real, no one expected Emilia to graduate, no one expected Fauna to graduate, no one expected Aqua to graduate, okay? So let's read this and let's get into the tinfoil a little bit later. Fauna and Sakamoto Chloe both recently announced their impending graduation from Hololive. In the context of VTubers, which I guess some people don't know, they are not that deep in the sauce with these big corpus, not as much nowadays. In any cases, idols overall, yes, it's an interesting idol term. They don't mean college. They don't really mean college, sadly. Graduation refers to the retiring of a character. In this case, will Chloe simply becoming an affiliate, like Emilia Watson earlier this year. Earlier this year was not that long ago. Fauna's graduation is expected to be a more traditional one, with her character and play to be going away as well. We have the announcement here. She is going away January 3rd. So, about a month. It's just so unexpected. We regret to inform you that on January 3rd, 2025, PST, Fauna will graduate from the VTuber group Hololive English. To all fans and related parties, we sincerely apologize for the sudden announcement. We appreciate the warm support you have given Fauna until now, and we're truly grateful. from the bottom of our hearts. This fauna has been active for over more than 3 years, man. This is not 2020 anymore. Since her debut as Live English Council, it has really contributed to the overseas growth of the group. We are sincerely grateful for her contributions, and in light of that, have accepted her request for graduation. That seems like a strange wording, right? We're sincerely grateful for her contributions. So, because she was a really good worker, yes, we will accept the graduation. I don't think that's what they're trying to imply, but seems so strange, to say the least. It is pretty strange. Some fans are growing concerned about the recent graduations. Recently, Copper became publicly traded. Can we see the date here now? Unlucky. It was earlier this year, I remember that. Became a publicly traded entity, and fans are concerned that shareholders could possibly be changing the way Hololive conducts itself. There have been at least 5 graduation announcements on Hololive this year alone. Chunk, we're counting here. I mean, that's fair. Even though she was staff, she was the vtuber staff, so, you know. If Emily Watson, Minato Sakamatakaloy, and Sarah Swan, I guess they're not counting terminations. They will include male, and even though it's not technically Hololive because it's not a girl, still Hololive, the bigger company. I'm talking about Gamma from Holstars GP. Those were also quite unexpected, but contract termination seems there was something strange going on, so unless it was not a Russia kind of situation, that was something else. That was something else. For the time being, Fun plans to be active until her graduation on January 3rd. While Chloe will be active until January 26th. And there are omitting some stuff here which is more than fair, because there's a lot of speculation here. First of all, as Fauna said, well, these 2 announcements are back to back, but that just seems to be poor timing on the company's part. You can see here, with the dates, that Fauna should have been announced before this, not just 2 days, but almost 2 days later actually. It was probably meant to be announced a couple of weeks ago, perhaps even more. Maybe they felt it was a little bit too close to Amy's graduation, so who knows. But you see some names here you don't expect. Ame, Aqua, and Fauna? They were not the ones I were expecting at all. Actually, it's so strange. It's really strange. And sure, where was it? Fans are concerned that shareholders could possibly be changing the way Hololive conducts itself. That appears to be the case, to some extent. I've seen some theories, because you could say, I don't have them on tab, but they've been going around social media, so shouldn't be that difficult to get your hands to. But they have some kind of diversity nonsense on Cover's website, and some people are jumping the gun already. Wow, this is DEI, this is CSG. Well, I don't think that's the case right now. You can see at the shareholders list, and you will find, obviously, the slimy little hands of BlackRock and Vanguard, right? We don't like them, but at the same time, you have to be realistic. Both of them amount to less than 1% of shares, which is pretty much nothing. So I don't think they have deciding power. Also, they're huge mega corporations about funding. I'm not quite sure what the proper wording should be. So they literally have shares on everything that is public. So that is gonna happen. That is gonna happen. That's some sort of passive income, I'm pretty sure. I'm not big into economics, but that seems That sounds familiar, right? So, no, I don't think this is the works of DEI and ESG quite yet. At the same time, if you see the list of shareholders, apparently the bigger, well, the biggest, I guess, shareholders now are older idle companies, which on one hand, it makes sense, but on the other hand, it apparently is turning the company cover to be more traditional as an idle corporation, which is probably not for the best. Because let's be real, sure, we can say that Cover Corp is in somewhat, at least, right? Some sort of idle company, but it's way too different from traditional idols. So that's probably the main issue here. So they're probably trying to go more to that idly kind of way, and I don't think that vibe with these people. I don't know too much about Chloe, right? I never really watched her, but it's not a surprise to see. Well, first of all, HN. I'm pretty sure HN was just personal stuff with family, so I don't think it has to do anything with this. This was planned for a long time. She was training, what's her name again? Nodulka? The growing woman. And they've been working together for quite a while already, so I don't think that's the case, but Ami is just gamer. Aqua is just gamer. And Fawn is just gamer at the end of the day. So they're probably going to let's just streaming and entertainment and a little bit more to idle stuff, which it's not unheard of, it's kind of fair too, but maybe these talents weren't vibing with this. Some people are expecting way more graduations for 2025. I honestly have no idea. I cannot see the future at will, so I don't know what to tell you. Personally, I've been racing for Impact since late 2022, when Gurage went on her first hiatus. Big hiatus. And she's still around. So there's that, but it wouldn't be strange to see more graduations if they're actually steering to a different direction. And we've also seen that clip from Chronis' stream. She was like, look, they're not trying to make us do... what was the exact wording? I don't want to misrepresent, it's not an exact quote, right? She was like, they're not making us just practice dancing 24/7, it's not what it is. They're not making me say this shit, this is not a PR statement. If they made me say something I didn't want to say, I will live. So I don't think this is so apocalyptic as some people are saying. It's bad, it's sad. These are the dangers of becoming a public corporation. What can you say? Can it get worse with time? Yes. They want it to get worse? Absolutely not. What do you mean? Obviously not. But I would expect at least the more inclined, music inclined talents to stay. So I would expect Guru to stay. Surprisingly, I would expect Kali to stay. I would expect Kiara to stay. I would expect May to stay. Just to give some quick examples of that. So I don't think the company is just crashing and burning yet. It is too soon to say. We have to pay attention all throughout 2025. But it's rough, man, it's rough. It's clear they're not done with streaming, right? Not too much, again, about Chloe, but Ami, Aqua, and Fauna, they're not done with the streaming, let me tell you. They're gonna be still around if you know where to look. That's everything I should say, I guess. And now that's big taboo. Don't wanna be that guy. I don't mind being that guy, but if you know, you know. If you don't know, Google, please. It's fine. Hold up. This is a little bit scary. It's a game music, it should be okay, right? Lower it a little bit. Just the smidge. It's even a little bit too loud on my ears. It's rough, man. It's rough. It's rough out here. What do we have here for today? Oh. Yeah, it's speaking of strange happenings with corporations, I guess that's like more than half the news today. Let's move to something a little bit brighter because we can laugh at that. Dragon Age developer won't reveal sales numbers of game. That's not a good saying, right? Well, that is a little bit strange. This is from Gamer Anx with an X. It's the first time I've seen this site. It seems to be mostly fair, I have to admit. I thought this was a good game. I thought the modern audiences wanted this game. What happened? Well, perhaps that was still a little lie all along. There was a time when BioWare was one of the greatest video game developers ever. It was not a hyperbole. The team crafted one incredible RPG title after another, with seemingly no end until a certain ending backfire. Led to massive changes that are still rippling out through this decade. Let me mark this, because I need to mention something here. I think it's really important. A lot of people are mentioning that. Even though that's the case, I think it's something important and it should be said. What's wrong with this game? It's remade by the same studio. Sure, the studio is the same, but the people in the studio are not the same. We've seen that with... I guess Ubisoft would be the best example. We have some Ubisoft for... just after this one. Oh, but it is the same studio. What's wrong? Well, if you look at the head of the studio, the guy is telling you, well, or they have the guys we have working on this are newcomers, the first time making a game. Sure, you need new people making games because you need to train people properly. That's the flow of a company. That's so obvious. But at the same time, that's way too many new people. That doesn't seem like a good idea. So what happened? I have no idea, but... And I would say a dubious little creature is getting up to mischief. And in this case, you have the same studios as 20 years ago, but the people are not quite the same, so do not expect the games to be the same. Are they gonna be better? In my opinion, they're not. Are they gonna be different? Absolutely. That can be a problem. Let's keep reading. Ever since that point, the team tried and failed to the grand-scale live service title. Why would you do that? Honestly, why would you do that? Utterly failed to recapture the glory of its most prized trilogy with the fourth entry that no one wants to talk about. And then, it has spent about 10 years making Dragon Age the Veilguard, only for it to become one of its most divisive titles amongst fans. And that's not even a joke. I follow a couple of, at least one, probably more, huge Dragon Age fans on Twitter. And people are not happy with the game. Not because, oh, my diversity or my message. Even that's just a secondary. Because you play the game, and they will tell you, well, it's an RPG, it's all about decision making, it's all about... I don't want to say diversity, because that's like a poison term nowadays that refers to something oddly specific. But you have variety, I guess, in characters, inside the game with relationships and whatnot. You can say no to stuff, you can pick and choose your characters to some extent. That's not the case anymore with this game, and people are pissed, rightfully so. So, the biggest selling points with the game are not there anymore. What are you doing? What are you doing? It's pure nonsense. That's not hyperbole either. Even before the game launched, details that Bioware gave out didn't feel right with how players felt the next title should be, especially after the success of the previous entry. An entry that had won Game of the Year by many pundits, including the Game Awards. Do they count? Maybe back in the day, nowadays not so much. But yeah, it was a highly regarded game. Yet with Young Age of the Vanguard, history bits and ongoing plot lines were cut out to craft something new. And let's mark this so I don't get lost. There's nothing wrong with trying new stuff, but you have to be logical with your approach. Sure, try something completely new, but if it's something new that deviates completely from the main storyline you were crafting, perhaps it shouldn't be a main title game. It should be some sort of spin-off, dare I say, guiding. And that's fine. How many spin-offs do you have from, let's say, Final Fantasy? A billion. A fucking billion. And they delve into wildly different genres of gameplay too. There's nothing wrong with that. But we have a problem when the mainline games end up changing drastically. I'm not trying to say that they're trying to change the bloodline. It's not connected. Not in that sense. But yeah, if you're playing Final Fantasy and suddenly you're playing Devil May Cry minus, yeah, people are gonna be okay, but why though? If it is spin off, people wouldn't care. But also, about 10 years making this, who will live them? It's actually believable, which is also kind of sad. The game's feel was also different, and many didn't resonate with it. To that end, the game sales have been talked about endlessly, with the solid numbers not coming out at all about it. And aren't these the guys? I might be misremembering, but aren't these the guys that want to force Steam to stop showing active numbers on their platform? Like, I don't even know if that's from Steam directly or some sort of add-on website. But we've seen all those graphs with concurrent players, that kind of information. Companies are starting to mix in my mind, so I'm not quite sure if it was Bioware or a different company. Some feel that the game has done terribly, while others, in the know, claim that it has done fine. However, the one group that could answer the question for good isn't doing so. That's so strange. Why would they do that? In chat with Eurogamer, several members of Bioware came together to talk about their newest title post-launch, and they were straight up asked about the commercial success of the game. However, despite being asked that very direct question, game director Cream Boucher? Let's go with Boucher, I'm not quite sure. Had this the same response. Unfortunately, on the sales side, that's not something we can really discuss. But of course, as we know, with Inquisition, it was a long burn to get to those total sales numbers. Okay, sure, but people are not asking you to show, yeah, we sold 10 million the first 2 weeks. That would be unreasonable. But that's not something we can really discuss. It is a strange wording. And I don't know exactly what they mean with this, but let's keep reading, because they bring up a really good point here. That's not a good answer. After all, why can't they discuss it? It is said that they don't have a solid sales number right now, due to digital sales and totals not being counted in full yet, which would make sense. Well, it would feel like an excuse, but at least it's something quite believable. That would be one thing, and most believable. That's what I'm saying. However, she's saying that they can't discuss it. That raises all sorts of red flags. And maybe they can't talk about that from me because of some sort of fair issue. If they would explain it, it could be something understandable. But as things are right now, it is really strange. Just as important, while the last entry did sell 10 million and was a slow burn to get to a certain extent. It got there because it had a great launch to kick things off. Without response, it seems clear that this new entry didn't have that at all. I guess not. And I'm gonna make a comparison here that may seem real strange, but trust me, it makes sense. Gonna take a sip first. This is gonna be a little bit of a side tangent about D&D. Different dragon game, but please bear with me. I watched the kind of open letter to Elon Musk that Esper the Bard made. He's a guy that has been making D&D content on YouTube for like 15 years. It's not the first time I've seen some of his videos. I've never watched them like too much. The guy just looks familiar to me, and I know I've seen some of his other stuff. And he's a huge fan of the game, obviously, right? You had to be if you're making content on YouTube for 15 years. I'm not trying to question that. But he was pretty clear with what he said. He was not on the company side, he was just on the game side. Which is more than understandable. A lot of people are on that side, despite the allegations. But he said something, I was like, holy shit, exactly this. Finally have a really good way of putting this feeling into words. He was talking about how the newer D&D doesn't really feel like D&D at all. It feels like huge corporation slob. He didn't say a slob, but I am saying a slob. With the multiverse, not necessarily with different planes, that was normal in D&D, but we jumped from Forgotten Realms to Rick and Morty, we jumped to I think he mentioned a different setting from D&D, I don't remember which one. And then you jump to SpongeBob SquarePants. That doesn't make any sense, right? It's not the D&D you expect, and you see that a lot in a lot of games and video games, entertainment in general lately. That's something I mentioned about the Rings of Power last year. It doesn't really feel like the Lord of the Rings. If you look at that, it feels so artificial, so plastic-like. It looks like low-quality toys, if you were to compare it to anything. Might seem like a strange comparison, but I guess I do believe people can understand this. And I think that's what's happening with the Velgar too. It feels low quality, it feels plastic, feels just huge corporation. Extremely safe. And that's usually a detriment. You have to take risks if you want to be creative, if you want to make, dare I say, a work of art. And some people say that video games are art too. Are they? I don't know, maybe. But you can see they are not as creative, or they don't take as many risks as before, and that is a huge detriment for the entertainment in general. A strange tangent, I know, but I think it was necessary to explain myself properly. It's really bad. It's really bad. And at some point we'll talk about... No, not today. I would need to organize my thoughts properly for that. We need to talk about the gaming singularity. Have everything, instead of becoming more and more special, it's becoming more and more generic. so strange. I mentioned some of this stuff before, but I never gave a proper term for it. It's just disappointing. What can you say? It's just disappointing. Speaking of other game companies that are crashing and burning, let's get to Ubisoft. This is from Reuters, literally from Reuters. They don't know about the economics, so I think we can believe this, guys. Ubisoft shareholders in talks over possible buyout terms, just to say, yes, buyout to Tencent. And people were saying, well, this can happen, this can happen. Well, it was the only logical conclusion when you think about it. It was that bad. It was that bad. We have a small summary here. Let's read the full article, shall we? London/Hong Kong, December 6, Reuters. I don't think this is quite the same. Not anymore. That's since the 90s, I think. Shareholders of Ubisoft Entertainment SA are considering how to structure a possible buyout of the Assassin's Creed video game maker without reducing the founding family's control. That's slimy as fuck, by the way. Two people familiar with the matter told Reuters, which, to be fair, two people familiar with the matter could be me and my mates, okay? I understand how they need to use something like this for anonymity and whatnot, but at the same time, who are they really? The Gilman family, which is the largest and founding shareholder, has been in touch with Tencent. Imagine that. Other investors in recent weeks about funding a management-led buyout of France's largest video game maker, the people said, speaking in condition of anonymity. Understandable. Even if this is true, that's not gonna be a solution for Ubisoft, because clearly the management is killing the company. They're making the decisions, and the decisions are ass. How many games have they released this year? Like 4? How many successful ones? None? Starting from... what was the name again? Pirate game? Quadruple A? Skull and Bones? Possibly a bigger flop than Concord. Some people say they spent between 650 and 850 million on that. That's twice as much Concord, and they had the same numbers. It's not looking good for Ubisoft. However, the Gilman family, I'm not quite sure if you have to say the T or not. I'm gonna keep saying the T, I don't care. If it's there, I'm gonna say it. French makes no sense to me. Has indicated he would like to retain the control he has over the company, obviously, which also makes Just Dance, Far Cry, and Tom Clancy's video game series part of a deal, the people said. Well, I guess that makes sense, right? That's from Ubisoft too, I suppose. I'm not quite sure. Tencent, currently the second largest shareholder in Ubisoft, and China's biggest social network and gaming firm. China! I'm not orange enough for this, please. Has yet to decide whether to participate in buyouts and increase its stake in the company. One of the people said, excuse me. Participate in the buyout and increase its stake in the company. Are you trying to tell me they're trying to kill mods, are trying to force, well, perhaps not force, but I'm gonna say convince. That's a little bit more palatable. Tencent for a management-led buyout and just increase their stake and not fully own it? That is weird. That's really weird. I think they want their cake and they want to eat it too. This is probably because it has asked for a greater say on future board decisions, including cash flow distribution in return for financing the deal, which has not been agreed upon with the Guillemot family, the person added. Discussions between the two parties are ongoing as Tencent also wants to prevent any potential hostile takeover of Ubisoft by other investors, which could actually be best case scenario. Who knows? I'm not a big fan of China, and I'm not a big fan of Tencent. So obvious, right? Is this too loud? I don't think it is, right? It's loud on my ears, but I didn't think it's that loud on the stream. It's probably okay. And the Tencent's plan is to remain patient and wait for the founding family to agree to the deal. We have to remain patient and buy it cheaper. After this announcement happened, the shares went up from like 10 years to 13, something like that, which is not huge, but it was a reasonable increase. So who knows? It's also funny that they all increased their share value in such a way when we have talks of, yeah, we're gonna sell the company. That's quite telling. Tencent may opt not to increase its stake in Ubisoft, as it considers its current direct holding of almost 10% in Ubisoft sufficient for maintaining its gaming business cooperation with the company. The person added, why would they invest money on the company and get nothing from that? Are they going to sell IPs doing this? That is a possibility. There's actually a possibility. Because, as some people say, I don't know too much about Tencent in reality. They don't like to buy companies like Ubisoft, but they do enjoy buying IPs. So we'll have to wait and see. Tencent declined to comment. A representative of the Guillemot family did not respond to requests for comment. That makes sense. We remain committed to making decisions in the best interests of all of our stakeholders. That's the problem. Stakeholders. Not good. A spokesman for Ubisoft said, in this context, as we have already indicated, the company is also reviewing all its strategic options. They have to. In October, Ubisoft said it frequently reviewed all its strategic options, but declined further comment in a report of buyout interest. Using in Ubisoft rose as much as 16% after the Reuters report. The shares were trading at 12.1% at 13.2 euros by 14:45 GMT. That's French time, I suppose. And yeah, pretty much what I'm saying. So this also could be a little bit of speculation, and I said this before. If you see this company dipping as much as, like, what was it last time? 9 something per share? You can buy some. You can buy some. It's going to go back up. Surely it has to go back up. Even just a little bit. You can sell them, get some coins for the troubles. Look, from 9 to 13. It's not a whole lot, but it's free money. It's literally free money. The buyout talks come some minority shareholders, including AJ Investments, have been pushing for either a take-private or a sale of Ubisoft to a strategic investor, and amidst the stock price plunge Reuters previously reported. We've seen that before. It's quite funny to see the current state of Ubisoft. Their shares are real low. It hasn't been this low in 10 years. The highest was like 100 euros. That's pretty funny. That is pretty funny. The company shares fell to their lowest level in the last decade in September. Remember that. After it cut its outlook on weaker than expected sales and postponed the launch of Assassin's Creed Shadows title. Yeah, they had to do it, but I don't think it's gonna be good enough. This week it announced it would discontinue development of its gaming title X-Defiant. Oh, I didn't know that was Ubisoft actually. I saw that, but I didn't know it was Ubisoft. In as a consequence, closed its production studios in San Francisco and Osaka. All. Closing in San Fran, probably a really good idea. And wrapped down production in Sydney. Australia can never catch a break, it's so sad. Ubisoft is run by the Gilman family, which owns 15% of the firm, followed by Tencent, which owns just under 10%, according to LSEG data. The family held about 20.5% of Ubisoft's what a name, net voting rights, while Tencent owned 9.2% as of the end of April, as per the firm's latest annual report. And something that I didn't know, but I read about it a little bit later, after the fact, after this happened, the HG Investments kind of letter we had. Most of the higher-ups in the company belong to the Guillemot family. So even if they wanted to change the CEO, nothing would change, because it will still be a Guillemot. You need new management, completely new management. So that's kind of rough, man. That is kind of rough, what can you say? So sad to see. What else do we have here? Oh yeah! Found this yesterday. I forgot about this. Do you guys remember? Probably not. This was earlier this year, like the first half. With all that TikTok deals with the government. They don't like it. Not allowed. Well, apparently we have a resolution now. That is interesting. From the BBC. That name will never not be funny. TikTok is set to be banned in the US after losing appeal 24 hours ago. On one hand, that's probably good, because I don't like TikTok and I think it's really, really bad for the brain. On the other hand, why do you guys try to make me agree with the government? It's not good, okay? It's not good. It's disgusting, I don't like it. TikTok's bid to overturn a law which will see it banned or sold in the US from early 2025 has been rejected. Unlucky. The social media company had hoped the federal appeal court would agree with its argument that the law was unconstitutional because it represented a staggering impact on the free speech of its 170 million US users. But I don't think it's a free speech issue. I think it's a monopoly issue, right? I'm not quite sure. But the court upheld the law, which is said was the culmination of extensive bipartisan action by the Congress and by successive presidents. Well, I guess that is true. TikTok says it will now take its fight to the US Supreme Court, the country's highest legal authority. These two words mixed a little bit, and I was about to say, lethal authority. Not quite, but probably not wrong either. I don't know anything about the Clintons, okay? Do not blame me. The US wants TikTok sold or banned because of what it says are its owners' links to the Chinese state. Links TikTok and the parent company, ByteDance, have always denied. Well, if the government can prove that, I guess that's fair. Somewhat. Don't make me agree with the government, please. What are you guys doing? Don't like China. The court agreed the law was carefully crafted, dealing with control by a foreign adversary, and it was part of a broader effort to counter a well-substantiated national security threat posed by the PRC, People's Republic of China. China! How many times have we said China today? Way too many. But TikTok said it was not the end of this legal fight. The Supreme Court has an established historical record of protecting Americans' rights to free speech. But you can still say whatever you want, right? Just not on Chinese soil. I know they had to try and protect themselves, but seems like a really flimsy argument. I expect they will do just that on this important constitutional issue. A TikTok spokesperson said in a statement, if it's a foreign company, I don't think the Constitution is going to protect you. You would be protected by the Constitution of your own country, right? I don't know too much about international laws for companies, but that would make sense to me. The end that the law was based on inaccurate, flawed, and hypothetical information, and a ban would censor US citizens. Well, that is not true. Because you have other platforms where you can upload that content. If anything, we can argue that TikTok censors US citizens. Yeah. How do we know this? I'm just seeing young people writing. They're so stupid, but at the same time, they're so self-censored. We have some stuff about self-censorship today. They cannot even write ass. If you were to parade, let's say, dissident ideas on TikTok, like, I don't know, dare I say, right-wing talking points, you're gonna get banned. I don't think they're for free speech. So, that protection is out of the window by their own hands. It is by your hand, TikTok. So you know what? Maybe they deserve it. Siding with the government. What a sad day. Donald Trump's victory in the 2024 US presidential election may also represent the lifeline for the app. I don't think so. If anything, I would expect Orange Man to go harder for your ass. Despite unsuccessfully attempting to ban TikTok during his first term in 2020, he said in the run-up to the November elections, he would not allow the ban on TikTok to take effect. We'll see about that. Trump will be inaugurated on January 20th. Is he building now? I mean, he's kind of thick, right? The day after the law says TikTok must be banned or sold. How convenient. However, it remains to be seen whether he will follow through on his pre-election vow. I mean, if he's not the president by that time, can he really do anything? I'm actually asking, I have no idea. I don't think he can, right? Professor James Rimmelman of Cornell University, there's this Castlevania now, said the president's life would be swimming upstream to give TikTok a reprieve. The anti-China sentiment in the US Congress is very strong, so there are now substantial constituencies in both parties that want TikTok to be restricted from the US market, he told BBC News. Both parties, that's really funny. That's really funny. I thought the Democrats had Chinese spies on their how do you say that? On their groups, on their people? Inside, right? I don't know. It is a little bit strange to me. The court case has been closely watched by both by those who use TikTok and the app's rivals. Tiffany... Wait. Hold up. If it's Italian, it should be Cianci, right? Both. Small business advocate and TikTok creator says she was not shocked by Friday's decision, but told BBC News she would not be shifting her TikTok content or presence to the platform's rivals, such as Instagram. Instagram is a rival? Holy shit, dude, what the fuck? I guess so. They have... what's the name? Reels? I don't think it's that real. They can to do what they want and take my content to their platforms, but it's not that successful, but it's more likely to be censored. Well, this seems like a cope. This seems like a go to me. Also, why not Twitter? You're not gonna be censored on Twitter, allegedly. We're more likely to have less control over my audience, she said. What? What do you mean by this? Huh? That is strange. I don't like it. Nonetheless, other platforms are positioning themselves for a post-TikTok social media landscape. Meta, which owns Facebook, as well as Instagram, WhatsApp, and Threads. This is still a thing, I guess. Has sought to build rivals to TikTok short-form videos within its own apps, and made changes to have users have likened to TikTok amid questions over the app's US future. Sming Amber, principal analyst at eMarketer, I guess, it's not two E's, said there would be major upheaval if a TikTok appeal were to fail at the Supreme Court and the ban was enforced. He said this would be benefit made it YouTube and I think it's Snapchat. That's still a thing. While hurting content creators and small businesses that rely on the app to make a living. What? Well, I guess it would be banned only in the US, but... Huh? I don't know. I get their point, but... There are other platforms that do literally the same. The fact that you have so many people on TikTok... Shouldn't be that a red flag? What's going on? The creature is demonic in nature, I guess. But TikTok won't be easily recreated, said Corey Johnson, chief market strategist at Epistrophe Capital Research. Johnson said deep learning models power TikTok's recommendation engine. I don't think those deep learning models were a thing when TikTok released years ago. I could be wrong, and that's fine. But everything can be copied, okay? Make no mistake about it. Also, isn't the recommendation engine the main problem with TikTok? Pure slop? I'm too old for this shit. Enabling such complex AI and big data processing on TikTok's immense scale requires a colossal and expensive technical infrastructure, Johnson said. He said TikTok's hyper-targeting and China's data laws pose significant risks and pointed to Elon Musk's alterations to algorithms and his social media platform Twitter, formerly known as Twitter, as a cautionary tale. I don't think Twitter works worse nowadays, actually. In the run-up to the US election, Musk's political posts received more views than all US political campaign ads on Twitter's disclosure dataset, Johnson said. Do you know why? Because a lot of fucking people followed the Rocket Man, and a lot of fucking people interact with his posts. Oh, they're pushing his posts on unsuspecting users. Well, no. They're pushing his posts because they have millions of interactions constantly. So that's gonna happen. We have very real and very recent experience in America with the social media network tweaking its algorithms to favor certain voices, he added. Do you mean Twitter before Elon Musk? Because I could agree with that. It's not quite the same anymore, is it? Is it now? Piece of shit. So there are those fucking lies about them Twitters. And sure, it's not the best site, okay? Imagine, it's not the best. It's far from the best. But it's not the worst either. And I don't think it's worse than 3 years ago necessarily. So that is interesting. That is interesting. Why do I have to go with the government? Am I a shield now? I hope not. Speaking of censorship, we have a bunch of stuff about censorship actually. What the fuck? I hate this place. Might sneeze soon though. We'll see what happens. So, do you guys remember all the problems with payment processors in Japan, it's not gonna get better. Rebounding into comics. Visa exec confirms payment processor services being held for Japanese retailers selling adult content. It is necessary to disallow it to protect the brand. The fuck do you mean, brand? You're a payment processing service. Just let me use my fucking money, you piece of shit. Shouldn't be difficult to understand. They love their control. So as. In providing direct confirmation of the company's turn towards the absurdly puritanical. I guess absurdly puritanical is the best way of saying that. It's like sitting kidney, is that correct? I've never seen a name like this before, I'm sorry. Has admitted that not only is the payment processor now choosing to deny their services to websites and business who host adult content, but that they are doing so in order to protect the brand. Do you really think you're protecting your brand doing this? No. People are hating you now more than ever. You censorious little shit. Stop it. So disgusting. Just let me use my fucking money. And shut up. As readers may recall, recent months have seen an increasing number of Japanese retailers, particularly those whose offerings include adult-oriented manga, anime, and doujinshi, which is... This is a typo, this I here is a typo. And it's a constant typo here, sadly. Those published works, announcing that various payment processors had dropped them as clients due to their offering of said content, thus removing their respective ability to accept digital payments for their items. Kowtow or die. I'd rather die. Such affected entities include the popular online doujinshi retailer Melon Books, an iconic Tokyo-based book retailer Toranoana. What a name! The tiger's ass! Just like me. Both of whom have lost the right to process payments from such credit companies as Visa and MasterCard, as well as the out-of-print manga archive Manga Library C, whose loss of these services actually led to the entire site shuttering its doors. At least for the time being, we've read about this extensively. Oh, love Hina! Unsurprisingly, this move has proven unpopular with manga readers across the globe. Wow, really? No way! Imagine that. Many of whom have taken to social media to voice their frustrations against this pseudo-censorship. Pseudo? It's blatant censorship. But sure. And more than just fans, notable Japanese creators including Love Hina mangaka and Manga Library C founder Ken Akamatsu, and in franchise creator Yokotaro, we read about that too, have also spoken out against this growing corporate level prudishness, as they believe this trend presents a significant threat to the idea of freedom of expression. It's very much what Torishima said in that interview with Yuji Horii. Oh, so spicy. Unfortunately for those concerned, it seems Visa is not only unapologetic about their decision to stop working with adult content, but also intends to keep on keeping on with their current strategy. They have too much power, and people were mentioning this several years ago, as far back as 2020 at least. Payment processors, they're the main problem, even before that. We're like, no, don't be silly, that's not happening. Are you sure? It's quite literally happening now. And I don't like it. So as for local technology news outlet, Impress Watch, during a Q&A session held at the tail end of a recent press conference conducted by Visa's Japanese branch concerning their future plans, the aforementioned Kidney, who currently serves as the head of product for the company's Asia-Pacific operations, was asked if he could provide any insight into the decision to stop providing payment services to sites that sold adult works. Legal adult works, by the way. Oh, so spicy! Shut up. In turn, this exec explained that while the company normally helps to facilitate transactions for any and all legal goods, they are still legal, mind you, they chose to break away from site stocking adult manga and books because sometimes it is necessary to disallow it to protect the brand. Ah, yes. The classic. We have to force behaviors. Larfinkel-looking ass. The reality is that this is a complex decision involving both global and local policies. And they will tell you, but that doesn't happen. Well, he literally said that. He literally said that. So what now? Also, the fact that you mean global policies. Shut the hell up, you globalist piece of shit. If you're working in Japan, you work with Japanese laws. And that's it. And it's also important to maintain integrity and integrity. Machine translation, what do they mean by this? And we will continue to do so. Integrity? Nowhere to be seen, mind you. Turn Press watches on recap of the process? I'm mixing way too many words now. Of the press conference. The tone and inflection with which Kidney made the statement indicated that the series of decisions is not a temporary one. Yeah? I can't believe that. Further, Kidney did not provide any specific details as to which specific global and local policies. Oh, how inconvenient. Inconvenient. And not convenient for us. Were being used as the basis for Visa's anti-doll content stance. We don't hate them enough. My goodness. We don't hate them enough. Ah, my God. Shoulders, holy shit. They're a little bit stiff. You thought banks were bad. Well, it's bad when the bank doesn't let you access your hard-earned money. But the fact that these people won't let you use your money to buy illegal stuff is pure nonsense. I'm gonna blow my nose, so let me mute for a second. Let's vibe with this jazzy and sexy music. Much better. Much better. Let's keep talking about censorship, shall we? From that Park Place. YouTube censorship, final form, self-censorship. It's nothing new, but it is still ass. And I fucking hate it. I think this article is just some sort of summary of what's been going on with YouTube for the past like 5 years or so. Or willing to toss around a lot when people don't like what's being said. Kafka is to get used around a lot. But people pretend to read Kafka less than they pretend to read Orwell these days. So here we are. Yes, that is true. When it comes to YouTube censorship, you can use both or either. Or William, by the way, we force ourselves to speak in Kafkaesque, in the way that creators can be told they violated the rule and have to fix it. Which rule? We're gonna tell you. Happens a lot, that's really ass. Often, YouTube won't tell the creator what rule was violated and why. I didn't read this beforehand, by the way. I think that the real danger is not the fickle corporate labyrinth a creator has to navigate. It's the way creators preemptively change their behavior in unnatural ways to avoid it. Yes. Unalive yourself? Fans of the playground? Shut up. So annoying. There were a lot of things Orwell got wrong about the future of humanity. But the things he got right, oh man, I don't like them either. Consumerism and bureaucracy have reached a symbiotic status, where people are watching the choice, but behind the scenes, an army of public servants stand ready to make sure nothing changes, nothing ever happens. The authoritarian impulse thrives, but the West isn't controlled by a rigid uniparty that abducts people at will. Then again, he wrote fiction and future history. Well, isn't control. Are we sure about this? Are we sure? I'm not quite sure about that affirmation, or negative affirmation in this case, I guess. What he did get spot on was that language would be key to control. Always has been, to be fair. 1984 introduced the world to Newspeak, the part of this grand scheme to control the mind by controlling thought. It's never gonna work. I say that, but at the same time, I guess I hope that never works. As explained in the novel, by restricting the universe of possible worlds, the party creates a world where revolution against them is impossible, because the language to express the ideas simply won't exist. That's only for simple people, actually. That's just for simple people. Because words are not more important than ideas, in reality. It's only for simple people that this works, and I guess we have the biggest amount of simple people in history nowadays. It could be onto something. In Newspeak, nothing is bad because bad isn't the word. People can make up words. That's been happening for a long time. Things can only be ungood. Ungood. I laugh, but we are at this point. Is it very bad? No, it's pleasant good. What about extremely bad? We don't have a word for that. Maybe you're thinking of double pleasant good. Jesus Christ. It doesn't like the G word either. This is from 2022. I think they mean rumors. I don't mind saying it, I don't care. Over the years, YouTube censorship has taken a lot of forms. There's been deplatforming, trolling, demonetization, and other techniques for which we don't have single words. Yet. All of them pale before the censorship we impose on ourselves, just to be part of the conversation. Couldn't be me. Maybe that's my problem. Of course, not all of it is bad, and some of it is even necessary. If you have a stray thought but keep it to yourself because it's not helpful, that's censorship. When you feel passionate about something, but pray in your hyperbolic tone, that's also censorship. It's also what responsible people naturally do. Responsible? Not quite sure. But on the other hand, the creator has to say ridiculous things like, insert an Austrian painter with a fun little mustache that unalived himself. Do you mean Adolf Hitler? I will say it, I don't care. We're getting into the realms of ridiculousness. And sometimes I say, it's not just stuff like this, but only if I find it to be funny. It's not the same, okay? It's not the same. Current censorship situation from 2021. YouTube can remove a video for violating a rule without telling you what rule you violated. Said some things about China in this video. It was 2021, it was probably COVID. So, yeah. Not allowed. And I'm talking about Hitler. You know I'm talking about Hitler. That genocidal maniac committed suicide 20 years... 20? Hold up, what do you mean 20? 80 years ago. And even he knows I'm talking about Hitler. For some reason, YouTube censors have decided that to talk about suicide and Hitler, we have to dance around the most direct and meaningful words. And we do it because we're fucking stupid. Gamers who reviewed Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League had to watch what they said for fear that it will hurt their ad revenue. Yes. Yes, I remember that. There are World War II history videos that are suspiciously light on references to Hitler. Yes, also a lot of those videos got unalived too. You know what I'm saying? They got killed. I'm sure that YouTube censorship doesn't exist to protect Hitler, and I'm relatively certain that the first mentions of suicide has to do with an accusation from years ago. The exposure to the subject on YouTube was increasing suicidal ideation in young women. Fellas, women. There are reasons for YouTube censorship, and from an outside perspective, it seems that each new rule is less a considered strategy on YouTube's part, and more a knee-jerk reaction to problems in a peculiar moment in time, which is not right. From Mikhail Peterson, it flagged this video. Apparently, we can refute Trudeau's lies without damaging my channel. December 5th, 2024. This was 2 days ago. I guess not. I guess not. Whether grand strategy or a game of hot potato, YouTube censorship still ends up infantilizing creators and viewers, keeping them comfortable. Always has been the case. It's not a boot on the neck of humanity, it is a state of arrested development that betrays the original premise of the internet. To connect all of us together without gatekeepers. If only that was the case. Sleepy. There's talk surrounding the incoming US presidential administration about creating a doctrine for protection of content creators, something that would guarantee they're giving helpful and accurate information about the things that get them demonetized. Excuse me, demonetized, throttle the platform, or what have you. It's from November 30th. Dear YouTube, when did you become the Ministry of Truth? Always has been. Silencing voices, demonetizing creators, and suppressing free thought is moderation. It's authoritarianism. The internet was built for freedom. Not your woke overlordship. Do better. They're not gonna do better. It's always has been. Freedom against authority. Shocking, I know. What we can also help for, or even advocate for, is to find a way that respects both YouTube's right to keep truly objectionable material of its platform, yet allows us, the users, to talk about hard subjects. It's not allowed to talk about hard subjects, okay? Huge mega corporations don't allow dissident ideas. Otherwise, all of this will continue to grow until we each win the final victory. Is that suicide too? When YouTube censorship will not just be the way we force ourselves to talk, but the way we think. It's really bad. And then the first becoming non-fiction. True. And we just need to label 1981st problematic. Oh wait, they've already done it. Yes. Yes, they are making a new adaptation with woman as main character. Why? I have no idea. I have no idea, but wait, because there's more stuff about censorship. We're censorship maxing today. Did you know that I hate League of Legends? That's within reason now, I guess. New update to Riot Games' term of service gives League of Legends dev the right to respond to players' off-platform conduct with penalties in-game. Was it because of criticism of Arcane? Perhaps? It's not my fault, okay? Guys, don't play MOBAs. It's not worth the effort. Another day, another step closer to blanket internet authoritarianism. This time as League of Legends developer Riot Games has updated their terms of service to allow them the right to issue in-game penalties to players who engage in harmful off-platform behavior while using any of the company's video game services. Off-platform while using any of the video game services. What? Hold up now. As detailed in November 26th, a long post published to the developer's official website, this change, one of four recently made to said user agreement in service of evolving with games and the content ecosystem to make the best possible experience for players and creators, specifies that off-platform conduct and behavior connected to our IP is now subject to our terms of service. Is this because of Arcane? Was I right? What a bunch of weak-ass bitches. Holy fuck, dude. Our intention with this update is to help protect players from harmful behaviors they can experience across the various places that touch their gaming experience. Ah yes, thank you Daddy Riot Games. Shut up. Make a good game for once. Splendid Riot Games. This update applies very specifically not only to content where Riot's games, not quite the same, are the background of the content produced. That we aren't going to proactively monitor everything that happens across social media. It is now within our rights to issue penalties in-game when that content is brought to our attention. Do you understand now why I hate China? These guys are American. I'm just saying. The sheriff Tencent. Yeah, that's the thing. As an example, if a creator uses hateful slurs about the opposing player or teammate on their stream, not allowed. Okay, it's already not allowed, that's already illegal because of the stream platforms. But not in game or chat or voice cams, you can still issue penalty as if that behavior occurred in game. It's probably impossible for that opposing player to even hear those hateful slurs, because that player is probably not watching the stream. What? TLDR, if you say or the things that break our terms of service while broadcasting or creating content about our games, we can restrict access to your Riot accounts and suspend your partner privileges if you're part of our partner program. Look, the second one, I can understand. The first one, that doesn't make any fucking sense to me. Not only that the added only specifically mentions that this new penalty policy applies to content about our games, including League of Legends, Legends of Runeterra, Valorant, and the upcoming fighting game 2XKO. It is currently assumed that it is also in effect for any and all content relating to Riot Games' wider catalog of media, such as the Netflix series Arcane, why did they call it for what? Or the various albums released with the in-game bands Pentakill and KDA. Alongside this new off-platform penalty rule, Riot Games' recent TOS update also introduces clauses stating that content that promotes breaking our TOS, specifically sponsorships for and content run boosting services and buying/selling accounts, is now subject to penalty. Streamer sniping is explicitly against our rules. Good luck proving that one. And players who do so may be penalized. And for the rare occasion a seriously egregious violation occurs, we're now including red-white bans in our penalty system. A blessing in disguise, okay? A blessing in disguise. In acknowledgement of the fact that some of these updates might require creators to rethink their existing content strategy and content partners, rather than begin enforcing their new rules immediately, Riot Games is giving creators until January 3rd, 2025 to adjust their content to adhere to these rules. Past the date, the company concluded their blog post. We can and may begin enforcing this across the entire creator community. Can and may, so only the ones you want, huh? Interesting. A classic, I love it in here. No, we're doing it to protect people, you see? It's not invasively and unethically overstepping our bounds as publishers of entertainment. People's feelings are on the line here. Bad words may be used. We need Big Brother. Guys, never play MOBAs. Never play or interact with anything. Riot games related. It's not worth the effort, let me tell you. Would I lie to you? Absolutely not. That's been going on for quite a while. It is that bad. What the hell? 119. I agree with massage. Yeah. I can't believe it. I can't believe it, baby. Where's the happy ending? Degenerate. It's just purely degenerate. It's so ass. It's so ass. I hate it in here. So, now let's move to some strange news. This one is kind of long, but they're putting chemicals in the cows now. Putting chemicals in the cows! Apparently that has been going on for quite some time on some countries. I didn't know that, and that's not good. Burping cows with ear and boycotts. The anti-methane additive that's taking social media by storm. Look at this cow. Hell yeah. Yankee shoppers have threatened to boycott Tesco, Aldi and Morrison's over a miracle methane-busting additive trial. The controversy began last week after several British supermarkets teamed up with the Danish-Swedish company Arla Foods to announce a 90-day trial of Bovir, a new food additive that aims to cut methane emissions from cows. They burp to match, they fart to match, imagine. What's going on with farts lately? I don't like it. Retailers Tesco, Aldi and Morrison's joined forces with Arla Foods to trial the additive that helps to tackle methane produced by cows during digestion on 30 British farms. Arla Foods owns the UK's largest dairy cooperative and features Carbondale milk and Lurpak among its popular dairy items. Both the UK and the EU Food Safety Authorities approved Bovir prior to the trial, stating that it is safe for use and does not affect the quality of milk, as also being authorized in several other countries, including Australia, Brazil, and Canada. And apparently, they tell you that it doesn't affect the quality of milk or beef, but from what I've seen, those studies seem to be a little bit incorrect. So, who do we trust? No one. Trust no one, not even yourself. However, environmental groups and consumers have raised concerns over the additive's long-term effectiveness and impacts on animal and human health. And that makes sense because apparently you still have traces of that in both the milk and the beef. And you don't know what could happen because there's just no information. That is a problem. What is the methane additive and how does it work? Greenhouse gas. Greenhouse. Come on, guys. Methane is well known to contribute to climate change. Widely known. But is it true? Is it true? In dairy farming, methane is produced when cattle eat. They have a compartment in their stomach called the rumen that ferments digested food, which cows then expel by belching. Also farting. But sure. Bovir seeks to suppress the enzyme in a cow's stomach and reduce methane emissions from dairy cows by 27% and by 45% in beef cattle. Wouldn't that affect their digestion though? That seems bad. Well, maybe not bad, but not the best, you know? In practical terms, each cow that's given a quarter of a teaspoon of the additive could reduce CO2e emissions by 1 ton each year. I just don't believe you. According to DSM Firmenich, the science-based company that began developing the food supplement 50 years ago as part of its Project Clean Cow. Excuse me. Already, envtuber has been tested at 100 farms in more than 20 countries. The supermarkets involved in the British trial, stating a shared statement, through collaboration as part of Orlo's form ahead customer partnership, we have the ability to address some of the climate challenges facing our food system. It is this collective approach that is really going to make a difference. I don't think so. I just don't believe so. The vtuber initiative is part of Orlo's wider environmental plan to reduce 30% of CO2 emissions from its dairy production by 2030. Some sort of agenda, perhaps? Wouldn't be new. If successful, it will be rolled out to more British farmers. The thing is, I understand that methane nowadays, ooh, so scary, ooh, my global warming and whatnot. But if cows produce methane normally, wouldn't that mean that methane is part of the normal process on this planet? Surely methane is going to mix with different stuff in the atmosphere and become different components, right? I mean, I was never that good with chemistry, but that seems correct to me. Also, at the end of the day, methane is just gonna be a bunch of what? Mainly, I think it was carbon and oxygen atoms. I don't know, man, that seems kind of normal. Perhaps hydrogen too, I don't remember. It's been a while since I had to deal with that in school. But those are normal components in stuff in the planet. And at the same time, people are so scared. Oh, the CO2! The CO2 is so scary! Is it? Is it? I don't think it is. Surely it's not useful for us people, but it's really useful for plants. And plants create oxygen. Thanks to CO2. What do you mean? They need the C, we need the O. What's the big deal? Well, I have no idea. And you're gonna tell me. You're gonna tell me. We don't have as much green nowadays as back in the day. We have more green nowadays than 20 years ago. So what are you trying to tell me here? What a bunch of nonsense. Thanks to the methane busting additive on social media. While most of the retail industry welcomed the UK trial, several consumers took to social media to raise concerns about the methane additive. I don't think I'll be drinking this again, declared one Twitter user as they tossed the carton of cream milk in the bin. But I thought milk was white supremacy. What happened? The methane supplement is made of silicon dioxide, propylene glycol, and the organic compound 3-nitrooxypropanol, known as 3-nop. It's in the name. Nope. Cannot be done. Cannot be drunk, I guess. Last year, the UK's Food Standards Agency reported that while 3-nop why is that so funny? Was safe to use in animal feed additives and is not corrosive to skin, it should be considered corrosive to the eyes, is skin irritant, and potentially harmful by inhalation. That doesn't seem good. Shepherds are voting with their feet? Isn't that usually with their wallet? Could be monkeys. After it's revealed, certain brands are using tainted experimental drug-based products to help lower methane emission in cattle, said another Twitter user. Rumors are also circulated on social media that Microsoft co-founder Bill Gates was involved in the additives development and part of the conspiracy, which has been vehemently denied by DSM Firmenich. Funny thing, and they mention it here in the next paragraph. Gates did, however, invest millions of dollars earlier this year into a rival startup called Remingate, which similarly produces methane-reducing bovine products. How do we tell them? How do we tell them? Surely. Might not be the same company, but it is the same business. I thought Bill Gates... excuse me. I thought Bill Gates made stuff for Microsoft. What's going on? I could tell you some stuff, but I don't want to get banned. Not right now, at least. British shoppers were quick to boycott retailers. Many British consumers are now calling for a boycott of the supermarket chains involved in the trial. One Twitter user challenged Aldi in its customer service response, while others have been returning Arla products to the store. This reminds me a lot of the insect-based flour. They can just use it, and they don't need to tell you, legally speaking. Even though you would get sick from eating that if you had seafood allergy, because it is the same component. And that can actually kill people, because seafood allergy is actually quite lethal if you're not careful. So, even though I was agreeing with perhaps the American government before about TikTok, I don't think you can agree with this at all. This seems actually really dangerous. Stop poisoning our food, Arlo Dairy UK and Tesco. Stop trying to kill your customers. Posted one Twitter user, while another called it a climate scam. Probably not wrong. And this thing has detractors, scientific detractors, obviously. But apparently those don't count. I don't know why. As the fear continues, consumers have been criticizing other brands on social media who may have used the methane additive in their products, including Cadbury, Costa Cafe, Coffee, not cafe, my bad, and McDonald's. Well, it's McDonald's, what did you expect? Although Uranus Ring has yet been unable to confirm these claims. Meanwhile, several other large UK-based dairy companies, including Yield Valley Organic and local organic dairies, were quick to confirm that they don't use the methane additive. Good PR, I guess, if true. Hogan Song, what a name. You can rest assured that we will not be using the feed additive Bovier, which is now being trialed by Arla Farms, or milk and meat productions based on traditional organic pasture and non-intensive farming methods. Hell yeah! As it should be. The main companies that make up Bovier are not included in the list of approved products / compounds, and as a result, Bovier will not be permitted under organic standards. And for using organic farming, flagged to Sole Association, the UK's organic certifying body. Interesting. Interesting. Other Twitter users argued that we should be removing chemicals from the food system, rather than adding more. Actually, yeah, what do you mean by this? Stop turning the cows gay, okay? Just so insane to me. This is just so insane to me. Oh, the methane is so dangerous. Oh my god, the cow burps. And also the farts. And at the end of the day, people don't even understand basic biology. Well, not even basic chemistry or basic physics. Right? Because when you say a bunch of stuff, there's pro green laws, I guess. I'm not sure how to say it. You have people, you know, but you need to use so much water and so much I want to say vegetables, but I'm gonna say vegetables, grains in general, just to feed the cows. Sure, sure, that's the case, but let's restart from the second part. Need a lot of grains, sure, but more than 90% of cow feed is not apt for human consumption. We are omnivores, if not carnivores, okay? So there's that. And the water thing. Sure, but you use a lot of rainwater, which is not something you can control, allegedly. And even if you use the water, the cows, in this case the cows, but if it was pigs, the pigs, whatever, the animals are going to... saying it clearly, crap and pee, okay? That's going out of their system and back into nature. What do you mean? It's pure insanity. It's pure insanity, I don't understand. I need to blow my nose again. Sorry. City people, not understanding farming cycles, huh? Imagine that. Imagine that. What do we have? We have some fantastic news. Santa Claus is real, guys! Or at least Saint Nicholas. The sarcophagus in Turkish Antalya all remains of Saint Nicholas known as Santa Claus? I hope so. It's been with this year and religion's discoveries so interesting. Archaeologists have unearthed the sarcophagus during ongoing excavation work at the St. Nicholas Church in Temre, Antalya. Well, St. Nicholas Church. It would make sense if that was St. Nicholas. Shedding light on the ancient past of the historical site. The church, believed to be located near the burial place of St. Nicholas, the Bishop of Myra, and the inspiration for the modern-day Santa Claus, has been a site of important archaeological findings for years. Well, that makes sense. The discovery was made in the church's two-story annex, which has been under excavation since 1989. That's a long time. What the hell? We have a woman here. Digging stuff up, typical woman. Significant finding pursuit of St. Nicholas' tomb. The excavation led by Associate Professor Ebru Fatma Fendik from Hatay Mustafa Kemal University is part of the Legacy for the Future project, initiated by the Ministry of Culture and Tourism. The latest excavations, which have been going for 2 years, have now revealed the sarcophagus made from local limestone. The sarcophagus, measuring approximately 2 meters in length. I will not translate this to American, I'm sorry. It is believed to be partially buried, 1.5 to 2 meters underground. Its design features a raised lid and a pitched roof consistent with other sarcophagi from the region. Fendick explained that prior to discovering the sarcophagus, they had found animal bones and numerous fragments of clay lamps, leading them to believe they were dealing with the burial site. Well, apparently that was the case. That's pretty cool. Quest for inscriptions on sarcophagus. One of the key objectives of the excavation team is to uncover any inscriptions on the sarcophagus, which could provide crucial insights into its date and the identity of the deceased. Our biggest hope is to find an inscription on the sarcophagus. This could help clarify the real contents and allow us to determine the exact period it dates to. Yeah, that makes sense. Fendick stated, "When the lid of the sarcophagus has been uncovered, only a small section of the burial chamber has been exposed, and further excavation is expected to reveal more details in the coming months." Months, it's gonna be too late. It's gonna be too late for Christmas! Maybe next year. Santa Claus, real, Reddit in shambles. Could be the site of St. Nicholas Burial? Make it good. The discovery holds particular significance for understanding the final resting place of St. Nicholas. Historical sources have long speculated about the location of his tomb, with some suggesting that he was buried near the sacred area of Myra. What's this? Xenoblade, is that the game? Might not be the correct name for the character. The proximity of the sarcophagus to the church, thought to be built on or near his burial site, does way to the theory that this could indeed be the sacred area mentioned in ancient texts. Pretty cool. That's pretty big! Not too bad, man. Not too bad. Some sources suggest that St. Nicholas was buried near the sacred area of the city of Myra. The fact that we have found a sarcophagus near the church, which is thought to house his tomb, might indicate that this is indeed the sacred area we have been searching for. This is significant archaeological confirmation of historical sources regarding the burial place of St. Nicholas, Fitney commented. Groundbreaking discovery for archaeology, hell yeah. The finding is an important development for both historical and religious communities, like the Turin Shroud earlier this year too, I guess, offering a deeper understanding of St. Nicholas' final resting place. As the excavation continues, researchers aim to answer many lingering questions about the church and the tomb of one of early Christianity's most significant figures. The discovery of the sarcophagus at St. Nicholas Church brings researchers closer to solving the mystery of his burial. So, Jesus is real, Santa Claus is real, and I guess the Tooth Fairy is real too. That's pretty cool! That's pretty cool, man. And yes, I've seen people saying about this on social media. Huh, what do you mean you believe in Santa Claus? He's real, baby. He's real. You're on the naughty list, I'm sorry to tell you. You're only getting coal on your posts, and also on Christmas. Pretty cool. And speaking of things that aren't real, allegedly, Loch Ness Monster is real too! Has Nessie finally been found? Since the Loch Ness skipper shares images of monster-like shape caught on sonar. To be fair, this guy doesn't know too much about sonar, so take it with a grain of salt. It is still cool to think about, though. Yeah, my eye. It's the mythical creature that has been captured the attention of people around the world for decades. And now the search for the Loch Ness Monster has been taking up a year. Sean Sluggy, a seasoned Loch Ness skipper, was cruising across the Loch Ness when he spotted a mysterious shape on sonar. While the source remains unclear, Sluggy, 30, admits he's never seen anything like that. The strangeness of it was chilling. It's the sort of thing that leaves you speechless, he said. Here we have the image of the sonar. I know nothing about sonar, so I guess this could be something. It is strange to see, not gonna lie. Slogan maritime pilots Liam McKinsey, 29, were doing their usual rounds at Cruise Loch Ness when they stumbled upon this strange shape. On September 22nd, 2024, a couple of months ago, actually, while preparing for another vessel's arrival, Sluggy's sonar flashed up. The sonar indicated that a large object was lurking at a depth of around 98 meters. He described this as the biggest thing I've ever seen. With its elongated shape and distinct features hinting at air pockets, the team couldn't help but wonder if the sonar reading was tied to the infamous Loch Ness Monster. Red Circle, it's real! I think that's a boat. It's fine. We're seeing all sorts of fish that shouldn't be here, but this was different, Sluggy said. Despite returning to the scene to investigate, the mysterious contact had vanished. Leaving the team baffled, Slug admitted, "We're not sonar experts, but I've never seen anything like that." Spookily, The last major solar contact in Loch Ness occurred almost exactly 4 years ago, on September 24th, 2020. Now that is interesting. Coincidence? Probably, but still. The news comes shortly after a photographer revealed compelling photographs of what she suggests is the mythical Loch Ness monster, after keeping them a secret for 5 years. P. Kelly, 52, took the pictures of the creature from Scottish folklore half a decade ago, but did not share them out of fear of public ridicule. But it's cool though! It's cool! The first 15 images were revealed last year, and now, the Cryptid Factor podcast has released and analyzed all 71 frames. It helped that the photographs taken by Miss Kelly works as a translator, which sparked debate in investigators around the world. The images have been put into video and appear to show something moving across the loch in the Highlands. Despite many images of the so-called monster, including a famous photograph taken in 1934 by Colonel Robert Kenneth Wilson, proven to be fakes, has not stopped tourists flocking to the area each year in hope of seeing the mythical beast. They mention it here that a bunch of false positives, I guess, would be big logs falling into the loch and getting waterlogged, therefore falling and doing, well, not falling but sinking, doing some weird stuff. I don't know too much about that. But we also have the photographs here. I don't think that's log. Could be something else. I'm not saying this is the Loch Ness monster. I don't think this is wood. Okay? It's a little bit strange. And yeah, it's unclear. We also have this one. A previous photo of the Loch Ness monster, when one man claimed it was as big as a double-decker bus. Pretty big, I guess. Is it real? I wish to believe he is also real, like Santa Claus, like Jesus, and the Tooth Fairy. I don't know how, but could be the case. Also, despite the allegations of this being some sort of dinosaur, how could that be possible? I have no idea. I think that the huge sea serpent makes more sense. Does it? I wish to believe. I wish to believe there's something there. You cannot blame me, okay? It'd be cool if that was true, at least. It'd be cool if we found proof of that on my lifetime. That'd be pretty cool. Oh man. To finish stuff for today, I saw this just before stream, and I thought this could be funny in a really stupid way. We're going back to games here at the end. This one, yes. An article from Dexerto. It's gotta be good, right? The 50 best PC games of all time. Do we believe them? We shall see. It's PC Gaming Week here at Dexerto, and we're kicking things off in suitable style by breaking down the best PC games of all time. We're gonna skim through this a whole lot. We're just gonna look at the list, not what they have to say about the game. Unless it's a game they find preposterous to be in the list. That was no easy task. PC gaming goes back decades, and every year more great games hit the market. Well, not right now. It's a platform that offers everything from sensational shooters to marvelous MMOs. You can pretend to be someone else by indulging in an RPG. Let's see. Chivalry 2 2021. Okay. Sure. Dishonored 2 2016. Okay, I can say that. Dwarf Fortress 2006. Perhaps a little bit low. The Sims 3 2009. Okay, we can say that. Available on PC Game Pass? No, but why not try Stardew Valley or Cities Skylines? I don't know, because this thing is on the list? Command and Conquer Red Alert 2 from 2000. Okay. Dota 2. Do we believe them? And I'm pretty sure League of Legends is gonna be higher than this. That is probably better than League of Legends. Divinity Original Sin 2, 2014. Okay, I have friends that like this game, so probably fair. Apex Legends 2019. Really? Never liked the game. Looks like ass. Slay the Spire 2019. Okay, pretty good. I got it recommended several times. Never tried it. Papers, please. Okay, sure. Stellaris. Doom Eternal. Is this the good one? Age of Empires 2, 1999, baby. Perhaps a little bit too low. Yaga Zero. That's a good game. City Kings 3, 2020. Another RTS. Okay, I guess. Inside, 2016. I don't know what this is. Looks like a spooky game. Bioshock 2007. Believable. Fortnite. Are you gonna tell me Fortnite is better than Yakuza 0? What are you smoking? Cyberpunk 2077. Is it that good, actually? But on PC Game Pass? No, but why not try Fallout 4, because this is on the list? StarCraft 2, Winds of Liberty. Perhaps a little bit low, Stardew Valley. I guess that's on the list too. Dragon Age Inquisition. Okay, is this the best Dragon Age? Civ 4, 2006. Okay, but at the same time... Isn't 5 better? I don't know. Prey. FPS, I don't know about this game. That's of the Old Republic, okay. That's a good game, a lot of people like it. That's understandable. Destiny 2. Is Destiny 2 being a good game? Available on PC Game Pass? No, but why not try Fallout 76? I don't want to waste my time with any of those. What the hell? Left 4 Dead. Okay, why not Left 4 Dead 2? Hades? I guess that makes sense. Quake 2, okay. Halo, the Master Chief Collection. Is it that good? Not too much about Halo. Deus Ex, okay, I can say that. Minecraft? It's not a bad game, but it got carried for a longest time by the mods. Disco Elysium, the Final Cut. Is it that good? It says RPG. It feels to me more like a visual novel. I don't know how to feel about this one. Morrowind? Okay. Now, Oblivion? I thought Oblivion was better. Valorant? Over everything we've said? You had to be fucking smoking. But a lot of people play it. Yeah, and it's still ass. Call of Duty Warzone? I guess. Battle Royale? Jeez. Fallout New Vegas, I guess that makes sense. A lot of people like it too. Yep. Diablo 4. Is it better than 3 or 2? I don't think so. The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. I still have to play this game. I bought it so many years ago. And now the company is crashing and burning. Holy shit, man. Get real cheap. Give it a bunch of DLC for like $10. You know? Christmas sales on Steam, pretty good. Need to try it at some point. GTA 5. Guess that makes sense. League of Legends? That place where you smoking? There's no way you believe this is correct. Holy shit, dude. CSGO? That makes sense. Baldur's Gate 3? It's not that bad. It's not that bad. Mass Effect Legendary Edition. A lot of people like Mass Effect, I guess, so understandable. Skyrim. Oblivion has to be higher, right? Portal 2. Half-Life 2, okay, makes sense. World of Warcraft. Does it count? I guess it does. It's not that bad. Put a little bit with Strange Methods. It's not a bad game, I don't dislike it, but I don't know. Has some stuff that I didn't vibe with. Don't remember what. Red Dead Redemption 2, I guess that makes sense. Elden Ring. So you have Skyrim, but you don't have Oblivion. What? I thought people liked Oblivion more than Skyrim. What do you mean? Also, Elden Ring being the best PC game? I don't know about that. I don't know about that. People like it, so I guess it's okay. I expected worse with this, but I need to read this. The most popular MOBA in the world. You said this as if it was good. No. Why we like it, Shields. The early days of competitive MOBA set up a straight shootout between League of Legends and Dota 2 for supremacy. That the latter remains immensely popular, it was League that managed to secure the crown and cement its position as the very best in the genre. It's not even a good game. It's just the bastardized version of Dota 2. Funny enough. Arguably, the most important part of that success was its ability and desire to carry the players across the spectrum. What a spectrum? Autistic? Or dare you say, gender? I've seen the stuff they've been putting out lately. Very icky, not good. In the earliest days of its esports scene, players began to forge reputations for themselves, and League made you feel like, if you just practice hard enough, you could become anything you want to be within the community. I don't think that is true. I don't think that is true. A friend of mine tried, a couple of friends actually, tried to go for competitive stuff. It doesn't work. Because let's be real, you cannot carry 4 clowns. That's why he ended up completely dropping the game. I'm gonna rise to the occasion and carry all these clowns. It's impossible. I'm not able to. I'm not good enough. I'm gonna get mad, so fuck this game. And I'm doing so much better ever since. Imagine that. Imagine that. People will never understand it. It's so sad, man. It's so sad. I'm not saying the game is easy or anything, but I can say that the game is bad. Demonstrably true. Oh man. Anyway, it's time for me to take my leave. So, thank you for coming. I hope you had some fun. We had some funny news today, so I guess that's a positive. Welcome back on Monday. We had to finish Yakuza Kiwami. I'll see if I can grind some stuff for the Dragon style between today and tomorrow. No promises still. No promises. But yeah, that's the deal. I'm gonna be busy on Thursday. Who cares? I don't stream on Thursday, so that's fine. Gonna be doing some shopping. And I don't know if I will be finishing my shopping on Tuesday, so I may need to go out again a different day. We'll see, we'll see. It is soon to say. But yeah. I'm dying. Thank you for coming. Hope you had some fun with insane news today. I will see you all on Monday. Until then, you know the rules. And so do I. Take care.